See headlines like this, I'm homeless, you do have to think it would take a hard heart not to show some sympathy. Nobody wishes that on anybody. But then you look a little bit deeper into this story and you realise that perhaps all is not what it seems. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London, and as ever, nice to have your company. I hope you're all keeping well. And that's right, we're outside 10 Downing Street in the very heart of London, the home, of course, of political intrigue, scandal, and so much more. A little bit like this particular story that hit the front pages of the national newspapers over here in the United Kingdom. These stories always sell well because it's a fallen pop star of yesteryear who apparently is broke and virtually homeless. But the bottom line is, are they really? As ever, let me explain. You see, it really focuses on the fact that it was a pop group that this particular lady, Hannah, was in way back 20 years ago now. S Club 7. They were a little bit like the modern day Monkees. They had their own TV series, masses of hits, albums, world tours, that sort of stuff. Now that's a lot of money, when you consider that this young girl was basically just a stage school wannabe when they got signed up through their own push, I might point out. Nobody forces them to sign those contracts in order to get fame and hopefully some fortune. But even whichever way you look at it, they are given a platform which they can trade on for many years. S Club 7 were phenomenally successful. They were part of the Simon Fuller organisation. He was the man, of course, who helped create another all-encompassing girl power group, the Spice Girls, until they ditched him. You get the picture. Which is this particular story here focuses on the fact that Hannah apparently only had 2 days to leave her rented accommodation, leaving her homeless and sleeping in a friend's office. All very Dickensian, as I'm sure you might agree. But if you chip away at the story a little bit deeper, this is where it's rather disturbing because let's not forget, Hannah has enjoyed a spectacular career of many years since departing S Club 7. And as I said, she would have been left with something of a healthy bank balance for a very young lady at the start of that particular career, even when it ended. Now, in the world of pop, I've worked in the world of pop for many years with one of the most famous producers in the world. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I know exactly what it's like the moment the hits stop coming and the record label decide to dispense with your services. At 20 odd, you can be dumped because there's somebody younger, 15, 16, 17, 18, and the ball starts again. But if you're wise enough, you do know that this is not a career for life, unless you're someone very astute like Madonna or Kylie Minogue. You get the picture. So Hannah herself, and correct me if I'm wrong, Hannah, would have been paid for this particular story on the front page of The Sun. So somewhere, somehow, she's managed to make some money. It's not that difficult to rent somewhere, is it, in the centre of London or wherever you're practically living? Does she not have any family she could have gone to stay with? Obviously, there are many holes in this particular story. And as I said at the very start of this, I'm not having a go. I'm not, causing blame on either side. I'm basically saying exactly how the media world works. This sold a lot of papers for this particular newspaper on the day of release because everybody on a dark January always looks towards a depressing story about how someone's having a harder time than you. Obviously, she's received much support in the world of social media because the group S Club 7 were phenomenally popular with a string of mega hits. Hannah herself says, though, that she's reluctant to return to the group who are planning a reunion because she doesn't want to be away for that long from her children. And she had hoped to get another business venture, a cafe, moving forward. Bottom line is this, if you scratch away at these particular stories, someone somewhere decided that this would make an excellent tabloid front page story, and whether Hannah got paid or not, it simply reminded a lot of people that she's still out and about, active, and no doubt what will follow through will be pop-up appearances on various daytime TV shows and of course culminating in offers of work. While other people are genuinely struggling in the world of homelessness, it's a little trite, isn't it, to exploit it to such a level. As ever, I'd love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Neil Sean, 10 Downing Street, London.